Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nurhaniza binti Muhammad Najib. My ID number is 24110011. I'll be answer question 1. For question 1A, calculate the price elasticity of demand for hotel accommodation. Is the demand elastic or inelastic? You need to calculate the price elasticity using this formula, which is price elasticity of demand equal to percentage change in quantity demand divided by percentage change in price. Because the price has rose by 12%, the percentage and the quantity demand fell by 4%. The demand is inelastic since the total amount of elasticity demand, which is 0.33, is the less than 1. This is inelastic demand curve. From the curve, we can see that price increase from P0 to P1, and from P0 to P1, the percentage increasing 12% to P1, and Q0 to Q1 is decreasing 4%. We will move to question 1B. This article also references multiple government measures to enhance family income and therefore the creation of demand. Explain how change in household income might influence the price elasticity of demand for tourism services. I'll discuss two curves, which is high income and low income. The first one is high income. As we can see, the curve shows that even the price increasing, the demand still increasing. This is because for high income is elastic because they don't really react to the price burden. Next is low income. The curve shows that the demand will decreasing even the price rises slightly. Consumer with low income for tourism services will be elastic because when the price are increasing, the demand of quantity will be decreasing. For example, when a family household income increase, it affects the price elasticity of demand. With more disposable income, the family becomes less sensitive to price change for their vacation. Even if the prices for their preferred tourist service, such as flight, hotels, or tours, rise slightly, they are likely to proceed with their plans. Their demand for these services become less elastic, as they are less inclined to cancel or adjust their plans due to price increase. With higher income, the family perceive vacation as a normal or luxury good, making them less willing to give it up, even at high cost. Their priority shift towards the enjoyment and experience of the trip rather than the cost. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Hi and greetings to our lecturer, which is Madam Nasrin. My name is Nurin Akila Shazana binti Rozaini and my ID number is SIT 24110014. Now I will explain about question number 2, which is income elasticity of demand. So, the scenario given is suppose an 8% increase in household income results in a 12% increase in demand for luxury goods, such as import car. The question is calculate the income elasticity of demand for imported cars. Are imported cars a necessity or a luxury good? The formula states EY equal percentage change in quantity demand divided percentage change in income. So, our percentage change in demand will be 12%, while percentage change in income is 8%. The equation will be EY equal 12% divided 8%. And the answer is 1.5. So, it shows that luxury cars are luxury goods because EY, which is 1.5, is more than 1. When income rising, there will be a strong demand for imported cars. For question number 2, In what manner might the alternation in income level addressed in the article influence demand for these goods? In that article, Malaysia's government sees economic gains of about 4.5% to 5.5% in 2025, considerably beating the 4.6% expansion forecast by analyst survey by Bloomberg. With increased salary for civil servants and promise to raise minimum wages in 2025, from this statement we see that consumer income rises, and this means the consumer will have demand a greater quantity of goods for purchase. With greater disposable income, the consumer may start demanding higher quality or more expensive varieties. For example, buying high-end brands of clothes and upgrading electronic gadgets such as smartphone. So from that, we can say that the imported cars is a very good example of this relationship. Imported cars are manufactured in another country and then brought into the importing country for sale. They often represent luxury brands and models such as Lamborghini and BMW. In this case of such product, the income elasticity of demand is extremely high since these are seen as status symbols. As you can see the graph, it shows that luxury goods are income elastic. When the income rises, the quantity demand rises in a higher proportion. This upward sloping line is seen to be above the proportionate increase line. The conclusion: during economic growth, more consumers can afford high-end goods like luxury brands such as Gucci and Prada, high-end jewelry and luxury vacation. These products especially benefit from rising income since consumers have this item higher on their list when they have extra disposable income. While during recession, demand for these goods can drop dramatically because consumers prioritize necessity. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, especially to Madam Nasrin. My name is Eli Shazwan Ailina binti Etu Rizwan from class debate 1B. My ID number is SIT 24110095. Today I want to present question 3. A. Calculate the cost price elasticity of demand between steel and aluminium. The answer is cross price elasticity equal to 10% divide 50%. The answer is 0.67%. When the price of steel increased by 15%, the demand for aluminium increased by 10%. For the curve, from P0 to P1, price steel increased and Q0 to Q1 quantity for aluminium also increased. This statement reflects that it goods because 0.67% refer to positive. Question B. The answer is substitutes because when price still increase, the demand for quantity increase and the result is positive. Another example to replace steel and aluminium is butter and margarine. Butter and margarine are like backup options for each other. If the price of one goes up, people often turn to the other. For example, if butter becomes too expensive, people might start buying margarine instead because it's cheaper. So, as butter's price rises, more people will grab margarine. Similarly, if margarine's price goes up, people might switch to butter, especially if they prefer it or feel it's worth the extra cost. This shows that the consumers adjust to minimizing the cost. Otherwise, owner baking found that butter very expensive. They have to change the product to margarine to not compromising too much on quality. The conclusion for this question is substitute goods show how people adapt to price changes. When price becomes expensive, substitutes lets consumers save money while meeting their needs. This is smart choices and keeps the economy moving.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Saidatul Muazzah binti Abdul Aziz, ID number SIT 24110018, and today I will discuss question 4. The article attributes part of Malaysia's economic growth to the manufacturing sector, which includes electronic goods. However, the article also mentions challenges such as global uncertainties and supply constraints. Suppose the price of electronic goods increased by 12%, but the quantity supply increased by only 5%. A. Calculate the price elasticity of supply for electronic goods. It is supply elastic or inelastic. B. Discuss two factors based on the article that might contribute to the observed elasticity in the manufacturing sector. Okay, let's begin with question 4A, which is price elasticity of supply. Price elasticity of supply measure how much the quantity supply of a good respond to price change. Using the formulation, PAS equal to percentage change in quantity supply divided by percentage change in price. The price increased by 12%, but the quantity supply increased by only 5%. So, PAS equal to 5 divided with 12 equals to 0.42. This result is less than 1, so it is inelastic. So here is an example of inelastic supply curve. As you can see, the price increased from P0 to P1 and the quantity supply also increased from Q0 to Q1. The price increased by 12% and the quantity supply only increased by 5%. So, in conclusion, the price elasticity of supply for electronic goods is 0.42, which is inelastic because PAS less than 1. This means that suppliers cannot significantly increase supply even when price rise. Next, we go to the question 4B. The question asks us to discuss two factors based on the article that might contribute to the observed elasticity in the manufacturing sector. Now, let's start with our first sector, which is time frame. So, what is time frame? Let me explain a little bit about time frame. Time frame refers to a specific period or interval during which an event, action, or process is expected to occur or be completed. It helps set expectations, establish deadlines, and track progress. This frame can vary from a few short duration like hour to longer periods such as a year, depending on the context or the requirements of a project. Time frames are crucial for planning, organizing tasks, and achieving goals across various aspects of life and works. So, based on article, the time frame shown is short run. This is because increase in production is limited. Why production is limited? Production is limited because the technology or machine is fit to produce. The technology available at a given point in time determines the maximum amount of goods or service that can be produced with the inputs available. When technology is fixed, adding more inputs leads to diminishing returns because the existing technology cannot make optimal use of the additional inputs. This is another way production remains inelastic with respect to inputs change. In summary, the fix of technology in the short run limit the elasticity of production. Now, let's move on to our second factor, which is availability factor of production inputs. The accessibility of essential inputs such as raw material, labor, and capital directly affect a manufacturer's ability to adjust supply in response to price change. Here, we have three impacts on elasticity, which is resource accessibility, labor market condition, and investment in capital. First, resources accessibility. When raw materials are readily available, manufacturers can increase production without facing delay or significant cost increase. This high availability leads to a more elastic supply curve. Next, labor market conditions allow manufacturers to hire skilled workers quickly when demand rises. But if labor is limited, it may take longer and be more costly for manufacturers to scale up production. And finally, investment in capital. Access to financial resources enable manufacturers to invest in a new equipment or expand facility. When capital is readily available, business can swiftly increase their production capacity.